When I left you, I was but the learner. Now I am the master.
Only a master of evil, Darth.
This line was such an iconic moment for Star Wars fans in 1977 and beyond. When Darth Vader uttered these words to Obi-Wan Kenobi, it took on such a powerful meaning. But now, with the Kenobi series set to release in May, this line could take on a whole new meaning, a deeper meaning. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Gerald, and I'm a Star Wars fanatic, and you can be a Star Wars fanatic too. All you have to do is hit that subscribe button, or you could join the channel as a member, or join my Patreon page. If you join the channel as a member, you are entering yourself in a chance to win this absolutely fabulous Spider-Man figure from Sideshow and Hot Toys. Also, don't forget to leave a comment. I do pick one comment from every video to highlight at the end of the next video. So leave a comment here, and on the next video you could get a shout out. And stick around to see who today's top comment is. With all that said, let's move on with today's topic. Alright, so before I proceed, I just want to let you all know that this is going to be a tough pill for some of you to swallow. Some people are just hell-bent that Walt Disney is trying to ruin Star Wars, especially anything George Lucas built, and put in their own little narratives. But that's not the case in this one, so please hear me out and listen with an open mind and an open heart. When the Obi-Wan Kenobi series was announced almost a year and a half ago, it was also announced that Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker, turned Darth Vader, would have a rematch of their lightsaber duel that they had in Revenge of the Sith. Fans cheered. Hayden Christensen was also announced as returning to reprise his role. Christensen, not Christensen. Look at the spelling. But after the excitement died down, some Star Wars fans started questioning aspects of the announcement. One aspect in particular, the rematch. Fans began remembering back to the original Star Wars film, now titled A New Hope, where Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Vader dueled, and the end result was Obi-Wan Kenobi joining the Force. But before the physical part of the duel began, Darth Vader spoke those words, "When I left you, I was but the learner. Now I am the master." So how could there be a rematch in between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope when Darth Vader admitted he was the learner when he last saw Obi-Wan Kenobi? This announcement seems to mean that moment could be retconned or just ignored by the creative department at Lucasfilm. I mean, it's a pretty big duel to just ignore this dialogue between the former best friends. I questioned it myself even. I even started getting a little mad about it. I mean, I grew up with the original trilogy. It was a huge part of my childhood and now my adulthood. Why would Lucasfilm cast it out? Was it to make prequel fans happy to have both Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen come back at the same time? But, being the level-headed guy that I am, I had to look into it. I'm not a prequel hater, and I look forward to seeing the two actors together again, so please don't misjudge me for that. It's an exciting moment for every Star Wars fan, especially if you're a Star Wars fanatic like me. So I analyzed and analyzed, then I analyzed some more, watching the final scene between Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Vader for A New Hope over and over, watching the duel in Revenge of the Sith, and then it clicked. They aren't retconning anything. They aren't ignoring anything, and they're not trying to tear down the original trilogy or anything George Lucas built. And the original Star Wars, or A New Hope, is in no danger of a story-changing edit. But it wasn't in this scene that it finally dawned on me. It was in Return of the Jedi when Luke Skywalker, Anakin's son, turned himself in on Endor. Luke tried to talk Vader into turning back to the light, and Anakin poked through for a split second and told Luke, "Obi-Wan once thought as you do." This is huge, not just to my research into the rematch, but the continuity of the entire Anakin Skywalker / Darth Vader story. To me, this rematch has to happen now. You're probably still wondering what the hell I'm talking about. How could the rematch make sense even with Darth Vader's dialogue in Return of the Jedi and A New Hope? Well, it's pretty simple, really. Let's look at the words or rhetoric chosen for this line. "When I left you, I was but the learner. Now I am the master." He didn't say whose learner he was. He didn't clarify it was Obi-Wan that was his master. Nowhere in that dialogue does Darth Vader say that he was Obi-Wan's learner when they last met. He just says he was the learner. Okay, we all know that in 1977, Darth Vader was referring to his apprenticeship under Obi-Wan Kenobi. Had they left Star Wars as only 3 films, this wouldn't be debated now. But they didn't. And now we are left to make sense of announcements and rematches and other duels, the best we can without having the full story or context right in front of us. But just in case some of you aren't grasping this or are hesitant to think there isn't real creativity behind the newest Star Wars stories, well, just in case that's what some of you believe, it isn't just Disney that thinks the original Darth Vader dialogue could have been misconstrued. George Lucas himself is the one who changed it from meaning Obi-Wan Kenobi being the master to Darth Sidious. What? How? Yeah, well, when Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi fought on Mustafar, Obi-Wan Kenobi was not Anakin's master. Anakin was not a learner. Anakin had already been through the trials, was a Jedi Knight, and was even a Jedi High Council member, although not being granted the rank of master. So, with this inclusion of the duel between Obi-Wan and Anakin in Revenge of the Sith, the original Darth Vader dialogue became ambiguous, to say the least. But let me clarify one thing. Yes, at the time of their duel, Anakin did still call Obi-Wan master, or at least in the same timeline. But that was due to rank. It's like a captain calling a colonel by his rank out of respect for that rank. He may have still respected him as his former master before Mustafar, but not on Mustafar. Basically, what I'm saying is this. Now that new material has been made, there is no reason to be upset about any kind of retcon of the Star Wars movie, or A New Hope, if you prefer. And it isn't Disney changing anything. It was actually George Lucas that changed it years ago. Now, Lucasfilm is adding to that story by having a rematch, where Darth Vader will be the full apprentice of Darth Sidious, aka Emperor Palpatine. But let's look at the dialogue in a simple form. It helps if I listen to what he means rather than the words he chose. When I left you on Mustafar, Obi-Wan physically left Anakin to die and Darth Vader to fully emerge. Anakin did not leave Obi-Wan. Next part of the dialogue. I was but Darth Sidious's learner. Fairly self-explanatory. Now I am the master of the dark side. Also fairly explanatory. In their duel on the Death Star, there was no Anakin Skywalker. His hate for Obi-Wan was just as it was when he felt Obi-Wan forced him to choke his wife. So when he says he left Obi-Wan, it implies that Darth Vader left Obi-Wan, and not the way it ended on Mustafar, where Obi-Wan left Anakin. This rematch is going to end differently than their duel on Mustafar, but it is going to make the rest of the story make so much more sense. But this is just my own thought and headcanon. You don't have to agree with it, and you can just think Disney's out to ruin Star Wars. Either way, let me know in the comments below what you think of the rematch and what it's going to be like. I do read all the comments, and I pick one highlight from each video. So, keep the comments coming, and today's top comment comes from Uno, from my video that Cad Bane is absolutely dead. Uno has this to say about it. Nah, first off, Filoni will not let his bread and butter go like that. Not at all. Second, Duros have 3 hearts, very hard to kill, so no, Cad Bane is not dead, and you will be proven wrong. Either way, they dropped the ball on the finale. Thank you so much for that comment, Uno. I really appreciate it. I'm completely open to being wrong with any of my predictions, theories, or lore. I'm not the master of Star Wars. I don't write the content, and I don't know anybody on the inside like some people claim to know. And it's weird how their theories always come up wrong when they claim to know somebody on the inside. Anyways, that's for another video. I'm just a guy who analyzes Star Wars. A lot. If I'm wrong, so be it. But if I'm right, yay me. And thank you to everyone for all the great comments on that video. I really appreciate them, and you are noticed. This is Gerald from Star Wars FANATIC signing off. Until next time, wishing you all great health and happiness. Thank you for watching. And remember, this is the way. The only way. And don't forget to check out my merchandise store. It is now live, and you can find that link in the community tab on my main page.